Welcome to Child Abuse Awareness with Darlene J. Clark.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Child Abuse Awareness with Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. It is cold. Hello, everyone that's here. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey, Jackie. Good to see you, sis. Thanks for coming in. Hope everyone's having a great day and staying warm. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, nonprofit, educational, or personal use. Tips and balance in favor of fair use. I saw this company, this association, when I went searching the other day. And so I wanted to share this with you. It's chilly, huh? Ooh. What's the degree in Fahrenheit there, Jackie? Hello, Peggy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I will put it as I call this part one because this website has got a lot of different information in it. I think it's imperative for all of us. So if we do manage to get in here and discuss anybody's story, I'm going to go ahead and put it as trigger warning, just to be on the safe side. You see where on this brochure, the Association for the Recovery of Children, Part 1, the ARC's rescue missions, child sex trafficking, children who are recruited, lured, or abducted, non-custodial parents, parental abductions and violation of existing court custody orders, exploited or abused children, or kidnapped or missing children. So without further ado, hey, I'm glad that you're here too. Thank you. I like when there's more information out there so that we can look it up, right? I hope you don't hear that too much in the background. This is the ARC, Association for the Recovery of Children. It says 450,000 children are reported missing each year. That's 1,200 children per day. And it says bringing children home. Let's see what the next thing is supposed to say there. Okay. One thing I want to share with y'all first and foremost, let me share with y'all a training course that they have, right? It's pretty expensive, but there might be some organizations that might be able to get out there and do this. Some police forces, some nurses, some doctors. So ARC's comprehensive equipping course, Fight Child Sex Trafficking. Next 6-day training course. Several courses are being scheduled across the United States. Offered in person only, okay? Just know that it's only in person due to protected content. Fight Child Sex Trafficking Comprehensive uh, Equipping Course certification upon completion. Are you tired of just being aware of the problem? This course will equip you to actually get involved. You'll gain knowledge and skills to combat sex trafficking effectively in the areas of prevention, intervention, rescue, advocacy, direct services to victims and survivors. Read testimonials and reviews here. Let's see what. Yeah, there's the course right there. That's what I wanted to see. We must protect the most vulnerable, our children. Threats to our children go undetected by most Americans, and the tactics of exploiters are cunning, sophisticated, and well disguised. With specialized expertise gained by ARC's operators and years of experience rescuing missing, exploited, and trafficked American children and youth, learn what ARC can teach you about protecting them. ARC's training course is unlike any other human trafficking course available. ARC's methods in locating and rescuing American child trafficking victims have proven more effective than current law enforcement procedures. Our team handles the most advanced intelligence gathering programs. Our operators are tuned into the street level trafficking all the way to high level corruption and elite sex buyers. Our services include the use of innovative, proven techniques and legal and ethical methods designed to identify the perpetrators and their whereabouts in relation to the safe recovery of the victim. I want to show y'all something that's interesting before I go down there and show the main course. I recently got Kathy O'Brien's book called Trance TRANCE Formation in the United States. And if you look on down here at the bottom right here, I think that's pretty interesting. It's going to have Kathy O'Brien. It's actually going to be there. That's where I had noticed it when I was looking it up yesterday. There it is right there. That victimology interview with a claimed survivor, a CIA MK Ultra Project monarch, Kathy O'Brien. I hate how much it cost, but I think it's well worth it if you had somebody to sponsor and help you get the be able to go. Intended audience, organizations, agencies, and entities or individuals having or pursuing direct impact in combating sex trafficking in the form of prevention, intervention, rescue, advocacy, or direct services to victims or survivors. Ready test. Are you or your organization serious about combating child sex trafficking of American children in strategic and effective ways? Are you people of action? Are you prepared to know the deepest and darkest arenas of child trafficking? Are you prepared to hold the line to protect children from exploitation? Would you be willing to help victims and survivors face to face? Are you emotionally equipped? Requirements consent for background check. Due to the sensitive nature of some information presented, a background check will be conducted on each participant within 72 hours of their online registration. ARC reserves a right to deny admission to any applicant and will promptly refund the registration fee if denied. Registration is $650, includes background check. Certification, individual certification via a formal certificate is awarded following completion of the entire course and successful background check. So we'll go over this and tell y'all what the courses are. Like this is 48 hours and 6 days, right? So this seems pretty in depth. Day one, the criminal enterprise of sex trafficking, terms and legal definitions. child sex trafficking and current events. Statistics. Why the U.S. is the biggest buyer of sex. The business model of sex trafficking. Familial sex trafficking. Closed communities sex trafficking. Satanic ritual abuse. Cartel and gang sex trafficking. Traffickers and pimps. Tools, tactics, recruitment, control. Local human trafficking. Presentation by sovereign intelligence, pattern of life tracking. Day 2. The fight against sex trafficking. The good guys, who and what is working. Coordinated strategy. Tactical operation and methods. Infiltrating trafficking networks. OSINT open source intelligence gathering. Secure communications training. Collaboration. Public programs and services. Law enforcement, laws, and prosecution. Legislative proposal, penalties for pedophiles. Day 3, demand and victimology. The demand, the sex buyers. Presentation by Nick Lambeau, Street Grace, Cyber Patrols. Presentation by Joe Limbo, Shared Hope International Ambassadors. Presentation by the Servo Project, Hunting Pedophiles Online School Awareness Programs. Victimology, 3 arenas of sex trafficking. How victims become vulnerable, risk factors. Entrapment, recruitment, and abduction. Trafficker victim perpetual bondage. The victim's suffering. How to identify a possible trafficking victim. Presentation by Timo Nunes, Evil Forces. You see that? It says, it's kind of weird. It says Evil Forces, right? Interview with a claimed survivor of CIA MK Ultra Project Monarch, Kathy O'Brien. Optional evening session. How to spot a trafficking house. Mentoring a survivor. Volunteer action team. Online pedophile predator tactics. Day 4, intervention. Where to find victims. Prevention. Intervention. How to interact with the victim. Trauma-informed assistance. Building trust with the survivor. Opening up a victim. Neuroplasticity. Next one says presentation by Jason ARC Strike Force Recovery Team member. Medical considerations. Day 5, operations, undercover surveillance, starting an NGO. Logistical support of operations. Covert meetings or pickup. Concealment devices. Surveillance, counter surveillance, undercovers. Optional lunch session, burner phone training for operators and digital decoys. Conducting a successful rescue mission. Initial report. Research. Legal paperwork. Citizens arrest laws. Good Samaritan laws. Warning order. Operational considerations. The operation. It's not about getting from point A to point B. Conducting a safe pickup. Surveillance detection routes. ARC example, Moana case. Safe transport, safe house, long-term care. Day 6, operations order and practical exercise. 5-paragraph operations order. Group practical exercise. group presentations, and certification. Now, here's a letter right here. Endorsement from Kevin Malone, member of President Trump's U.S. Advisory Council on Human Trafficking. ARC's Fight Child Sex Trafficking Comprehensive Equipping course is one of, if not the best, anti-child trafficking courses in the United States. I strongly recommend this course for all anti-trafficking rescue and intervention organizations in the U.S., for all local, state, and federal law enforcement personnel, hospitals, parents, educational institutions, and faculties, faith-based social justice organizations, and people who need to know what they will encounter in the fight against human trafficking. As a member of President Trump's U.S. Advisory Council on Human Trafficking, I recognize ARC as one of the first boots on the ground child rescue organizations since 1993 who has provided a program to actually equip people to rescue victims successfully, safely, and responsibly, mitigating liabilities that most people have no idea exist. This course is not for the faint of heart, nor is it about the aftercare for survivors or restoration. It is designed to counter the exploitative evil in our society today by locating, accessing, and remove child victims from the horrific torment we call human slavery. In my opinion, ARC's Fight Child Sex Trafficking Comprehensive Training Course is the gold standard. Anyone who is serious about saving the lives of trafficked children should be serious about taking this course. U.S. Advisory Council on Human Trafficking. Additional training courses. Registered for training courses. It says a registration deadline is set 1 month prior to the training dates required, a minimum of 30 participants. If the minimum of 30 is not met, ARC will postpone or cancel the course and allow registrants to attend another upcoming course or receive a full refund. We recommend you not book non-refundable travel, lodging, and arrangements until ARC training staffs confirm the course 1 month in advance. The ARC training staff is ready to provide guidance to anyone interested in hosting our 6-day Fight Child Trafficking Comprehensive Equipping course in their area. Contact info at recoveryofchildren.com. Again, info at recoveryofchildren.com. The host is responsible for coordinating with the ARC training staff in order to 1. Book the venue. We recommend 3+ months in advance. Register a minimum of 30 participants no later than 1 month in advance. Provide audio visual support, including an extra large screen. Provide transportation and lodging for the ARC training staff to and from the venue and from their point of origin. Make available light snacks, coffee, tea, and water for course participants in the training room. So about ARC, the Association for the Recovery of Children is a 501c3 nonprofit organization established around 1993, comprised of formal intelligence, CIA, military special operations. Sorry, let me get this figure right here. And law enforcement personnel that rescue missing, exploited, abducted, or trafficked American children being held in the U.S. or overseas. ARC's all-encompassing child recovery programs comes at no cost to the custodial parents. We don't come home without the child. So there's donations or tax deductible there. Recent updates. News updates on current ARC missions, photos, videos, and press links are posted regularly on ARC's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. Like I said, you could go to Recovery of Children, and you'll probably find it at Facebook, where y'all might go join the group or follow, right? And Instagram pages. Connect with us below. For more in-depth information, click the sign up if you wanted to vicariously. Contact us. So here's the email, y'all. So Association for the Recovery of Children, P.O. Box 792, Estes Park, Colorado 80517 0792. Large packages sent to 215 West Riverside Drive, number 792, Estes Park, Colorado 80517 0792. So let's get back over here. All right. See it right here? See how it's changing real fast right here? It said 400,000 children reported missing per year in the U.S. on average. 1,100 children reported missing per day in the United States. ARC's percent success rate. 150 ARC's collaborative network of operators worldwide. ARC's team comes from, I think we went over that a few minutes ago, to ARC's rescue missions, child sex trafficking, children who are recruited, lured, or abused, non-custodial parental abductions, or so let's go over here and try to make this big again. All right. So there we go, all right. So non-custodial parental abductions in violation of existing court custody orders. Now, there's a lot of people that are going through that. So maybe y'all could hit the ARC, this Association for Recovery of Children, okay? Non-custodial parental abductions in violation of existing court custody order. Exploited or abused children, kidnapped or missing children. Help bring a missing child home. All donations go directly to fund rescue operations. Who we are, and it says types of rescue operations. It says training courses. Click here. Boots on the ground, ARC's operations team, funded ARC, and ARC's expertise and tools. So let me go to. Hey there, Kathy. Good to see you. After the 13 million pages of Epstein files were released, everything just changed. I hope people can see how wide and far this abuse goes. Yeah, I know for a fact, Kathy, because I'm one of the survivors of being trafficked, unfortunately, Um, and I don't want to go too far into detail on some of the things that I've seen. Can y'all see this page right here that I'm on right now that says citizen? Or do I need to close that page and come back to this? Just let me know if y'all see this. I'm trying to wait and see if it does that. There's too many kids who this happens to. Okay, it is showing. Okay, good. So let's see right here. Daily Citizen, Dilemma. No, that ain't the one. Go back here. You're supposed to go like it. You're supposed to be good. Okay. Rescue of Shannon Sykes. Okay. Former CIA Special Ops man uses skills to recover lost kids. So let's get down here and watch this video right here. Tell me if I can hear it, okay?
As wonderful as the world is, as wonderful as everything that God has given us on this planet, there exists a very dark side. It's where missing and exploited American children end up. Sexually abused, child pornography, satanic cults, sacrifices, murder, and the list goes on and on and on. These are our children. These are American children. Every child deserves to grow up in a safe environment. Our office is inundated with hundreds of cases of missing and exploited children. A child does not come home until there are boots on the ground like ARC that pull that child from the evil and bring them home. I'm Basil Boz, founder of the Association for the Recovery of Children, a 501c3 nonprofit organization of former law enforcement, intelligence, and military personnel who are dedicated to the safe recovery of missing and exploited American children. Thus far, we have a 100% success rate in that every child we've gone after, we've brought home. We're an NGO that's been around since 1993, fundraising operation by operation, and oftentimes pulling the money from our own pockets. No one on our staff receives a salary. Our logistics are minimal, and we absolutely do not charge the custodial guardians a single penny, nor have we, nor will we ever. At ARC, we have a message for those who would exploit American children. If you touch or harm an American child, we will find you, and there is absolutely no place you can hide. Often you'll hear people say that when a child is very young, an abduction really isn't a big thing in their life, and that they don't grow up and remember those things. Let me tell you the story of Lily Snyder, who we rescued from Costa Rica. She was abducted when she was 3, and she was 5 years old when we found her in the jungles of Costa Rica. When we apprehended the kidnappers, and one of my operators, George Saganik, picked her up, he said, "Lily, your mother sent us. She loves you very much." And little Lily Snyder looked at us and said, "I knew you would find me." I'm convinced that every child, no matter how old they are, remembers exactly what happens to them in a most terrible fashion as they grow up to be adults. So I want you to think about something. If you or I were a child and we have been abducted or exploited, wouldn't you want to know that someone in America was going to come and save your life? You are that hope. Without your help, none of this can be done. Every single penny that is donated to the Association for the Recovery of Children goes strictly to operations. We have access to 150 operators worldwide to help us find missing, abducted, and exploited American children. We do what we say we're going to do. There is an unprecedented evil in the world today that is out to destroy our children. It is the sexual exploitation and enslavement of American children. If we allow our children to be captive and grow up in a dysfunctional environment, they will grow up to be dysfunctional adults. If you care about the future of America, then you need to care about the future of our children. So I'm asking you to help us rescue more children. I'm asking you to dig into your pockets, support the mission of the Association for the Recovery of Children, and help us save American kids that are taken all over the world. Most people spend a lifetime wondering if they've made a difference in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have that problem, and I don't want you to have that problem either. Simply stated, if you do not, who will?
Wow. So then we go over here. Let's go to About. ARC exercises a clandestine component to its operations, contracted of contracted through various sources of intelligence to facilitate the recovery of missing, abducted, trafficked, and exploited American children in the U.S. or in foreign locations. ARC's team comes from the CIA, NSA, FBI, Supervisory Law Enforcement, Fortune 100 Corporate Security, Government Protective Services, and Military Special Forces. With offices in Los Angeles and a network of 150 experienced affiliates and operators worldwide, ARC is well equipped to locate and recover children no matter where they have been taken. We hope Summer Wells gets, you know, our goal is to ensure, let's see, that our vision runs all-encompassing child recovery program at no cost to the custodial guardian, as I said before, right? So here is general categories of ARC rescues. Click items below. Child trafficking. ARC goes into the deepest, darkest, and most deviant realms of the underground commercial sex trade and criminal enterprise to rescue children who are being held and exploited sexually or otherwise. We rescue trafficked children who were recruited, lured, runaways, abducted, or even sold by family members into the sex trade. The average life expectancy of a victim in trafficking is 7 years. ARC is well aware that a child's best chance of survival and recovery is an expedient rescue. Expedient, sorry. Trafficking of children is a form of human trafficking that is defined as the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, and/or receipt of a child for the purpose of slavery, forced labor, and exploitation. This includes the illegal movement of children for the purposes of any forced activity or sexual exploitation and child exploitation through child pornography. ARC collaborates with providers of emergency shelter, aftercare, and long term recovery that offer ongoing support and specialized care for survivors of child trafficking. Okay, if you touch or harm an American child, we will find you. That's the ARC's as a message for child traffickers, exploiters, and pedophiles. And there's absolutely no place you can hide. Help bring a child missing home. There's where the about ARC, the recent updates, the news updates, or current ARC missions, photos, videos, and press links are posted regularly on ARC's Facebook, on X, and Instagram pages. Connect with us. So make sure if y'all want to know more information about them and follow them at Facebook. Like I said, it's called recoveryofchildren.org. Here's where you could write to them, as I said. Association for the Recovery of Children, P.O. Box 792, Estes Park, Colorado, 805170792. Large packages sent to 215 West Riverside Drive, number 792, Estes Park, Colorado, 80517-0792. It says help bring a child home. All donations go directly to fund rescue operations. So let's go to non custodial parental abductions. Okay. ARC is inundated daily with cases of children who have been abducted by a parent in violation of existing court custody orders and moved elsewhere in the U.S. or abroad, even to remote parts of the world. Parental abduction is defined as the concealment, taking, or retention of a child by his parent in violation of the rights of the child's other parent or another family member. Non-custodial parental kidnapping is illegal. It is a criminal act. Parental kidnapping is far more than a dispute regarding custody matters between divorcing parents. It violates the laws of all U.S. states, the District of Columbia, and the Virgin Islands, plus the U.S. federal laws and international laws. Abducted children usually suffer trauma emotionally, psychologically, physically, and or sexually. They are often forced to sever relationships with family and loved ones, sometimes altogether. They are often told the devastating lie that their other parent doesn't want you anymore, or even that the other parent has died. Most live a life on the run as fugitives with a changed name, nickname, haircut, dyed hair, and or change of appearance. They are usually coached not to give their real names or refer to any elements of their real life or relationships. These children are often hidden from the public, and some are not even permitted to attend school or socialize with others. So now let's go to kidnapped or missing children. Because of ARC's heavy caseload, we do not normally act as first responders in cases of kidnapped or missing children. Rather, we encourage parents to first explore and utilize all existing resources at their disposal, including law enforcement and services at the state and federal levels. If those resources are not successful in locating and recovering the missing child, ARC is prepared to engage utilizing specialized expertise, tools, and tradecraft. Many cases of kidnapping or missing children are referred to ARC through collaborative relationships with law enforcement, Homeland Security, FBI, and other nonprofit organizations. So let me let's go to media. Links to these articles and videos are in the column to the right. It's got over there, let's see. Focus on the Family Citizen magazine, The Rescuers cover story, May 2015 issue. The Tiffany Rubin story, Fox News, U.S. mom rescues kidnapped son in South Korea, accompanied by Basil Baz, Chief Executive Officer of the Association for Recovery of Children. Baz video interview, Saving Innocence Awards Gala. Basil Baz receives the Humanitarian Hero of the Year 2016 award at Saving Innocence Gala, Beverly Hills, California. Former CIA Special Ops man uses skills to recover lost kids. God reports. Video episode Hanson Sykes, a young girl, Shannon Sykes, rescued by ARC, is reunited with her mother. Tiffany Shirley Fontana, Greenwich, mother recounts tale of despair of escape. Let's see what's here, whether it's going to share her story of a video or what. This is where the Greenwich mother recounts tale of despair escape. This was June 2017. Tiffany Shirley Fontana, the victim of an abusive marriage whose husband kidnapped their children in Brazil. Watch it, it ain't gonna let me do that. Watch it. That says, yeah, it's gonna want me to update and join it, okay? Maybe another time, right? Back out there. Back out there. Back home. Okay. Video episode. Anson Sykes. What's it not doing? Okay, hold on. Wow, I'm crying. Oh, yes. Yes. Wow. I think I like this organization pretty good. What's y'all take on that? See, I don't know if this is actually a video on this one. I can't be reached. Okay. We tried, didn't we? Here's Bay's video interview. I think we did learn to see about this. Not found either. Wow. I was looking forward to seeing that, right? So let me go back over here. Wow, that really touched my heart. So let's get over here. Let's see what all the different operations gallery, missions exhibit. Let's see what the missions exhibit. A sampling of past ARC rescues. The following mission summaries are permitted to provide real-life examples of ARC's different kinds of child recovery operations. Most accounts of ARC's rescue missions cannot be told publicly out of consideration for the safety and privacy of the survivor and their family. In most cases, it is healthier for them to reestablish a normal life without their story going public. Certainly, sometimes when a child is missing, it is advantageous to use the public and the press media to assist in the search. However, ARC keeps in mind that this method has a tendency to make the child famous long term for a traumatic and possibly humiliating episode of their life. As much as possible, ARC ensures that survivors are not viewed in light of what has happened to them, but are instead defined by the nature of who they are. There's James in 2017. James has been kidnapped from his father in the U.S. at age 8, taken to Cambodia, and threatened with death if his father tried to rescue him. ARC wishes to thank the following people who assisted with James's successful rescue: members of the Cambodian government, law enforcement, immigration, members of the Cambodian private sector, the U.S. Embassy, members of the expat private sector, the RD Group, members of the U.S. based private sector, members of the intelligence community, and our strategic partner, Eagle Eye Security. I'm glad that you were found, little man. That's 2017. This is Shirley, Montana, 2017, South America. An American mother and 3 American born children were victimized for many years by an abusive but wealthy and powerful South American husband and father. The father was charged with several counts of domestic violence and abuse. After the parents divorced, the mother was awarded custody of the children. However, the father was able to capture the children and hold them against their will in South America. The children remained in an abusive situation for several years without contact with their mother until she sought help from ARC. In a successful international rescue, the children and mother were all brought safely back to the U.S. Yes. Here is this 15-year-old girl. She was gang trafficked at age 15 in 2017 in Southern California. A 15-year-old girl went missing from the high desert area of Southern California and was trafficked by Crips gang members. The discovery of her location can be credited almost entirely to a skillful social media investigation. In a joint rescue between CERT Ministries and ARC, and with less than enthusiastic assistance from law enforcement who were embattled over jurisdictional boundaries, the victim was successfully rescued from a Crips holdout in Compton. Wow. So this is trafficked at 2017, Las Vegas and Los Angeles. A joint rescue between ARC and CERT Ministries brought an underage girl back to her parents in a case that was highly publicized in the news. The victim had been abducted in Las Vegas and trafficked for a few weeks in different states before our joint rescue team, in collaboration with LAPD, Wilshire Division, were able to surround the residence where she was being held in Los Angeles County, rescue her, and return her to her parents. Now here's the Hauser boys in 2016. Oh, so cute. This is in Europe. According to our intelligence, Chad Hauser and his mother, Peggy Hauser, blazed a corruptible path through the United States and foreign countries, stealing money from individuals and institutions. In February 2016, they illegally abducted Harrison, age 2, and Pierce, age 1, from the legal custodial guardian, Mother Jordana Hauser. In a joint operation between ARC and the Swiss police, the children were recovered on June 10, 2016. Peggy Hauser was detained while Chad Hauser escaped apprehension. A warrant for Chad and Peggy Hauser's arrest is currently in effect in the United States. Now here is Calista, 2014, from Durango, Mexico. A teenage girl, Calista, and her younger boy cousin were abducted from Ohio to Durango, Mexico by an adult relative. The boy was held for ransom and then released to return to his mother in the U.S. But Calista was abandoned in an area largely controlled by cartels and known for prostitution and violent crime. Although Calista's mother had lost custody of her due to drug addiction, her aunt in the U.S. fought for custody and was able to keep contact with Calista via social media, well enough to assist ARC in accompanying a successful recovery. ARC's operators safely returned Calista home to her family. Let's check out Willow Bradford, 2011, Central America. 9-year-old Willow Bradford was illegally transported and held 6 months for ransom in Mexico August 2011 by her non-custodial mother and Colombian boyfriend, both convicted drug traffickers with prison time. ARC spearheaded a coalition of operators from within its ranks, members of Eagle Eye Security and Templar Titan, to safely recover the child. Special thanks to DOS Citizen Services for expediting entry back into the U.S. Now, Ashley Ricks, age 11. Under dangerous and unpredictable circumstances, ARC was successful in extracting Ashley Ricks from her captors in the Philippines and ensuring the safe return to her custodial father, Mr. Anthony Ricks. Kobe Rubin, 2008, the Tiffany Rubin story. That's in South Korea. In March of 2008, ARC orchestrated, commanded, and led operations on the ground to recover Kobe Rubin from his kidnapper in South Korea. Based on step-by-step instructions and direct oversight of the side of the mother throughout the entire operation, provided a seamless extraction. Sorry. Extraction to the U.S. Embassy in Seoul and eventually in the United States. You may have seen the behind the scenes documentary Beyond the Headlines on how Basil Baz conducted the mission, which is the true story behind lifetimes taken from me, the Tiffany Rubin story. I'm sorry when in the middle of reading that, all of a sudden I had a flashback. I'm sorry, okay? So bear with me because sometimes I have these flashbacks, okay? So Hanson Sykes, 2004, North Carolina. The child in the photo is Shannon Sykes. She was kidnapped by her non-custodial grandmother and non-custodial father. They evaded law enforcement for 2 years. ABC recovered the child in 12 days. Special thanks and recognition to the Madison County Sheriff's Department in North Carolina, Mars Hill Police Department, North Carolina, McDowell County Sheriff's Office, North Carolina, Black Mountain Police Department, North Carolina, and Flowery Branch Police Department, Georgia, for their cooperation, assistance, and dedication to the success of this recovery. There's Lily Snyder. This was 2003. Costa Rica. The child in the photo is Lily Snyder. She was kidnapped by her non-custodial father as a prior felon with assistance from her half-brother and taken to Costa Rica, Central America. Despite a 3-year investigation by authorities, ARC safely recovered the child in the photo at 10 years of age. Now this is, look at the abandoned girls in 1991 in Somalia, Africa. The two girls in the middle of the picture are the left behind children, okay, of an American engineer who evacuated the country of Somalia during the Civil War. They were rescued by ARC from the outskirts of a French Foreign Legion camp and returned to their mother. An American aid worker was instrumental in providing traditional assistance to an orphanage operating in the war zone. See over here? Well, thank you so much for helping her. ARC salutes the bravery of this American aid worker, wherever she may be now. We like it when people step up, right? I see right here they also have clicked to sign up for an email list. I think that would be beneficial as well. Let's see. So this is the executive summary exercises. And here's the team, our philosophy, governing body. It's director operations members and bios, advisory board members and bios, strategic alliance organizations. We went over those a little bit ago. Our philosophy, when asked by citizens, why do we do what we do? Our reply is simple. If we do not, who will? Our primary focus is on one thing and one thing only, the recovery of abducted children. We don't come home without the child. Think about it. We were all children once. If you were abducted or lost, wouldn't you want to know that someone was coming to rescue you? The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. We hold ourselves to the highest moral consciousness, knowing that children are the future. If we do not protect them, then we do nothing more than sow the seeds of destruction within our own nation as well as others. In a world of changing and declining moral values, one trait distinguishes us from the other more clearly than race, gender, creed, or color. That trait is honor. Today, more than any other time in history, the destiny of the world rests on the high hopes we garner from the honorable men and women among us. Not completely definable and often intangible, honor feeds the spirit and soul of those who take it as their way of life. Honor must be freely embraced and treasured, not for the material benefits which it might bring, but for the knowledge that one has obeyed the moral. So let me go back over here to the about thing over here. I want to go to home right here. I'm going to do copy. I'm going to put this in the comment section. You're quite welcome. Let me share this where y'all can. Uh, I'm gonna paste it in a comment section here, and I will also make it like a banner. Create a banner down here. Enter this. Okay, scroll at the bottom. Add banner. Okay, where's it at? Here it is. Okay. Y'all see it at the bottom of the screen now? Scrolling at the bottom. I think that should help get it out there. Should be showing now. Thank you so much. Um, I did it one time. I was rescued out from underneath the house. How many of y'all remember the story? Do y'all remember the story about me being fixing to be sacrificed? They had me like a mind control type of thing where they made me feel like here I was 15 and they made me back into like a 2-year old state of mind. And everybody was wearing satanic mask, and it was inside a tent, and it had a pentagram. Um, the Master C, I call him Master C. I don't really know his last name. And something overtook me, and I stabbed his leg. I would not say that I really did it. It's almost like the Holy Spirit took over and helped save me, and because I'm usually not one that could do something like that. And then I got to the opening of the tent, and I moved that part of the tent tarp over, and it was daylight. And I'm like, what? I really thought it was dark, right? And here all of a sudden I became my normal age of 15, right? So I'm like, whoa, like I had to get my bearings for a minute, right? Because I had stabbed that guy in the thigh, but then it's like, whoa, this is a lot different than I speculated. I looked to the left, and there were all these kids in cages. Some of them looked like it was old rabbit cages, like up on a stand with 4 legs, and but there were other ones that was just cages down. Okay, some of them were metal, some of them were white, but they did not have the legs. And I got the message. It said, "Go." It said it in my head, so I think that's God guiding me. I'll attribute that to God. And it said that go open the cages and tell them to run around the house around the other side, not around the closest part, or they will be caught. Tell them to run around that way. So I did, and one of the girls stopped me and said, "Please go with me, please." I said, "I can't go with you. I can't go with you. I live here. I'm sorry, I can't go with you." Um, the next thing I know, all of a sudden it's almost like the sky kind of shape shifted in some way. I'm not sure what exactly happened to make it look like that. Then the next thing I know, I'm being pulled out from underneath the house in a wooden box. So they beat me so bad. I don't remember being beat. I just remember the fact about being pulled, being rescued out from underneath there. And they did, according to the guy that actually took me and took my body, took me out to the hotel, he validated that they had killed the other guy that helped rescue me up underneath the house, and he was blonde headed. And he said I could not walk. I was so bruised up all over. He said it took me several days before I could finally walk. The third day, the police ended up finding me. and he begged and said, "Please take her to get some medical attention. Look at the bruises. Look what they did to her." And put in mind, my dad was dead at this time, okay? Put in mind, this was my stepmom, okay? So the police says, "No, we're not going to get her no help. We got to return her back home. Her stepmom's got custody." And so they refused to give me any kind of medical attention whatsoever, yet they saw me in that shape, okay? So years later, I was at a dating site and I ran into a guy who's somewhere here in Tennessee. I was living in Alabama at the time. And I was talking to him, and I ended up talking to that little girl that I rescued from the cage. One of them, right? And I said, "I hope that you ended up okay. Was everything okay once you got home or whatever?" They said no. They said because she ran, they killed her twin sister. They actually killed her twin sister for her running. And knowing that I'm a twin, it made me wonder whether, and since she was a twin, were the rest of these kids twins too? That's what I wondered, right? I can't help but wonder. And we're running into that guy that rescued me up from underneath the house. He validated. He's the one that told me, yes, I pulled you up from underneath there. And I said, "Why did you stop coming to the house, prior to all this happening?" Said that he said that they knew that he was trying to protect me from this family, and so they forbade him to come back, and that's why he never came back to. So, what's weird about it is knowing that there's senators, there's governors, there's all these people that's in with these cults, okay, in with the satanic, and I am really embarrassed. This is going to be gross, but for you to have to sit on something and urinate or defecate in, okay, and they actually partake of it like it's almost like the Lord's Supper type of thing that you do, right? In church. They actually they actually devour that. It's sickening, okay? Um, so y'all please get this out. We are here to try to help the kids, and I'm not telling my story. I don't want y'all to feel sympathy for me. This is going on today still with our kids, okay? Whatever happened to me, it's going on with these other kids. So I'm sharing my story because it's happening too often, okay? So please don't think I'm doing this for my attention. I'm doing this for the to bring out attention of it happening, okay? That we might could save some kids out there, right? We might could save some adults, some men, some women. Because it's not only women that's being abducted. It's not only children. There's a lot of men that's been abducted as well. But too bad there's only like one or two spots for places for men to go that's been trafficked. That's sad. There needs to be more places available for the men who were trafficked. Thank you so much, Peggy. I appreciate it. So, whatever y'all do, just remember to be a voice. Y'all remember the logo, the sign for the Help Me sign. It's make it number 5, then do a number 4, put your thumb in. Then close your 4 fingers over that hand. That's a help me sign. People might do it behind their backs, but please don't try to be a hero. They might have a weapon, okay? You can follow close behind enough, but make sure to call law enforcement. Make sure to call someone that's going to help, all right? It's not worth it. You're not going to save the child if something happens to you, okay? I guess it depends on the case. If you see somebody doing like that and it's in a store, there might be some way that you and somebody else intercede, somebody get that person's attention, if that's available, if that's how you could do it. And whatever you can do. It's very important. But the sad thing is, some of the traffickers are actually your parents. That's why I wasn't safe. It was my parents that was taking me to these high profiled. And I said before, these people have connections with Epstein. These people have connections with John Ramsey. These people are highly affiliated with a lot of these big wigs, okay? So y'all just pray for my safety because I do have to get it out there. So God bless y'all. Thank you so much. And y'all have a blessed weekend, all right?